Welcome back to the second half of K Meeks' chance at trying to make the Trivia 10 Season 3 playoffs. It's between him and Doug at this point, as we found out on Tuesday. And K Meeks was able to best Doug by 10 points on the trivia on Tuesday. But we know that Doug got a great score on episode 1 of this season. He got a 390 out of a possible 450. Not the best score of the season. George got the 402, which is the best score of the season. They had Owen with the 386. Nalbus with the 379, then Anthony with the 288, which made him be eliminated. So now it's between Doug and K Meeks. All the top 4 scores, though, are real neck and neck. So any blunder can really just push you down. But this should be interesting. It's a real fun one for the viewers to watch. It's coin flip. Who's going to make it? K Meeks or Doug? Which member that looks like a movie podcast is going to be making it? How you feeling? You feeling ready? You pumped up?
I'm nervous, but like I said for the first part of this, it's possible my luck has run out, and if that's the case, then I'm just happy to participate, And at the end of the day, if I'm getting eliminated by one of my podcast co-hosts, then I really can't be too upset because at least they get to move on, It's like if I knock Doug out, Doug doesn't get to play, and if I get knocked out, then he does. So it's fine either way.
Well, we'll see how it all goes down. Let's get into this thing. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday. As I mentioned on the Tuesday episode, next Tuesday's episode will not be the playoffs. The playoffs will be in like a week or two. Just a lot of people at New York Film Festival. So we're going to just jump right into Quadrant 2, regular season action on Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. And you can play this game for yourself, moviereveal.io. Go check it out, play it, and see how you would stack up against the competition you've watched all season. But let's get into this thing. Board is clean. Here you go. All these options to choose from: director, lead actor, second, third actor, release year, writers, cinematographer, genres, your Letterboxd score, Letterboxd average, number of words in title, duration, global box office, Oscar nominations, and the last date you watched it. And we know that you have to get, well, technically, if you want to beat Doug in this episode, you get better than 390. But we'll see.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask that. So is it just like if I get a lower score than Doug on this, I'm done? Is that how it works?
Yeah, let me test out the math real quick on my spreadsheets. Okay. The target you need is to beat Owen in this because the average ranking between Owen got 386. So it really doesn't buy you a whole lot. I mean, that 4 points could come in crucial between 386 and 390. But still, if you get above Owen, that will put you into the third place ranking for this the real reveal game of this, which means based on your score on Tuesday, the average would work out to where you would pass it on over Doug to move on. So 386 is the bottom you can go. So, quick maths. 64 divided by 3 is about like 21-ish points off per. Would be a good pace to go. Yeah. But that also could mean one, you use a little more points, and another you have to kind of save for, but you just can't afford a big blow up one. So here's the first one.
Well, that's the situation I'm in, is that if I just choke on the first one, it's over. But I mean that means I'm really just going to have to pick up these small points here. Cause even looking at my strategy going in was going to be writer and release year. But the problem with that is that that's already 22 points. So I just have to lock in a guess at that point. And if I do that 3 times and get them right, then I still don't beat Owen. So I'm going to have to pick off some of these like really small points and pray that I can clutch up. So, just keep that in mind if you're watching. Cut me some slack if I suck, But yeah, I mean, I'll start with writer just to get that out of the way, and then we'll see if I could do something from there.
Start with writer for 10 points. Stanley Kubrick and Frederick Raphael.
Okay. My problem is I don't know which one of Stanley Kubrick's movies he wrote. He might have written all of them, but I don't know if that's true. I clearly has a co-writer, at least one co-writer. But it has to be a movie he directed. So is it as simple as like my Letterboxd score? I don't, last date watched could factor in. Oh gosh. What would give me would number of words in the title tell me something? If it's like 3, then it's Eyes Wide Shut, perhaps. But Full Metal Jacket also counts as 3, I guess. So does Paths of Glory. So a lot of names with 3 words, so I don't think that would solve anything for me unless it's like 2001: A Space. I guess that would be 4 words if you count the numbers as a word. I don't. Yeah.
I do count the numbers.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming that that's how that would work. Okay, so that's like. Am I allowed to write stuff down?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Write down the Kubricks you remember.
Yeah. I just want to like take out the pen and paper and just see what my options are here to see what the best hint would be.
Yeah, the Owen method, just writing down everything that's in your brain and hopefully something comes together.
Yeah, I mean, I actually literally just watched a Kubrick yesterday as of when we're recording this. I don't know if you would be like paying like so locked in that you just switched my real reveal at the last second based on what I just watched yesterday. But
I made this before yesterday, so but if I'll check your Letterboxd, and if some reason that comes up and like something's changed, I'll make sure that if a clue comes up and it's wrong, it'll be updated yet.
Eyes Wide Shut, I said. Paths of Glory, 2001, Doctor Strange Love. Full Metal Jacket, I said, right? The Shining as well, duh. I think that's every. Oh gosh, wait, what am I forgetting? I have 6 written down. I think I've seen 7 of them. Oh gosh. I don't want to fuck up. I could just bet on it being one of these 6. I can't remember the last one. It's pretty good odds, but it would be really unfortunate if it's the one I'm not remembering.
To set the stage for the viewer, though, I mean, you're in a great spot for like your one clue, the 10-pointer. Like it's Stanley Kubrick is some major information there on your 10-pointer. So
yeah. Is it as simple? Well, release year wouldn't help me. I guess genre could help me because if I just see that it's like a horror movie, it's The Shining. If it's a sci-fi movie, it's 2001. If it's a war movie, it's Paths of Glory. But it could be Paths of Glory or Full Metal Jacket if it's a war movie. So that part is a little bit confusing. Could it be Letterboxd average? Could it be my Letterboxd score? I can't do Letterboxd average and my Letterboxd score because then that's the 12 points. That's the same as release year. I really want to nail it down with some small points so that I have cushion. Like I want to use like one of these -2, -3s and see if I could get it. The problem is, like I was just saying, that the words don't help me. If it was like a situation where all of them had like a different number of words and I could just like really easily do that, that would make my life so much easier. Okay. But Strange Love, Paths of Glory has 3, Space Odyssey has 4, Eyes Wide Shut has 3, Full Metal Jacket's 3. I guess if I do number of words and it's not 3, then I will know the answer. So that's something to keep in mind. But that seems like a real bold strategy. Because then if it is 3, I'm kind of, okay, let me think this over. Because if it's 3, and it narrows it down to like Paths of Glory, Eyes Wide Shut, and Full Metal Jacket, then I could probably separate those 3 movies from each other with something like, I can honestly do a duration. Has anybody once pulled duration on the real reveal so far? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Because Eyes Wide Shut is super long, you know? And oh, I don't know.
For anyone who watched last week's episode, Anthony would have probably submitted 5 guesses by now on this one and just kept ripping.
I'm sorry.
Every Kubrick off his mind.
I know the viewers.
No, I'm not saying anything against you. But I think it's just more a funny credit to like Anthony. Just was he saw one clue, like guess, and he's just ripping them off.
I just like feel the pressure on though. It's like
no,
I know I have a score.
I
know I have a score to beat, so I have to pick it apart strategically.
Exactly. No, that's how I think you should go about it.
Okay. Okay, let's do I don't know if the duration would be the answer, but I think maybe a number of words in the title poll could be the move possibly. I say fuck it. Let's do number of words in the title for 4.
Number of words in the title for 4 points is 3 words in the title.
I knew it was good. I fucking knew it. Okay. I just remembered the last one I'm missing is A Clockwork Orange, which is also 3. So now I have even more options, which makes it even more difficult. Okay. So it's either Clockwork Orange, Full Metal Jacket, Eyes Wide Shut, or Paths of Glory. It has to be one of those four. All four of those have 3 words.
So how are you going to go about differentiating between those
well,
four?
that's what I'm
What's the
thinking.
clue?
So if I do duration, Eyes Wide Shut, long as fuck. If it's like around 3 hours, it has to be Eyes Wide Shut. Full Metal or Paths of Glory, short movie. Paths of Glory, not very long. The problem is Full Metal Jacket and A Clockwork Orange could be pretty similar in duration, and I don't know if I'd be able to separate it if it's one of those. Could my last date watched help? Probably not, because I don't think I've watched any of these recently, so it would all just be the same in my mind. Maybe my Letterboxd score, but then that's no, I mean I'm still on pace if I do my Letterboxd score. Because Eyes Wide Shut, I have it at 5. Paths of Glory, I have it at 4.5. I think Full Metal Jacket and Clockwork Orange have the same score, but then they also have the discrepancy with duration, which is 4 less points. So I'd have to take a gamble if I'm between those 2 movies either way. So I might as well save the points. Is what I'm thinking. Oh God, I'm gonna get scared. It's gonna be one of those 2. I already know it. Give me duration.
The duration of this movie is 2 hours, 39 minutes.
Is that Eyes Wide Shut? Or is Eyes Wide Shut 3 hours? Fuck. Because one of those 2 could be long. Full Metal Jacket could be long. Oh gosh. Eyes Wide Shut is a long movie, but is it?
Right now, you're at 17 points off for this one, so above pace. But
okay, here's the thing, right? I'm above pace. I could get ballsy, save 2 points, guess Eyes Wide Shut. I get it wrong, I'm not on pace anymore. However, I do have Eyes Wide Shut logged on Letterboxd. I believe Full Metal Jacket, I have never logged. The last time I watched it was before I started logging stuff on Letterboxd. So if I'm between those 2, I would like to know my last date watched and be confident in my guess.
So you want that for a clue?
Yeah.
August 15th, 2022.
Let's just guess Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut is the correct answer. Was the first Kubrick that kind of came to your mind, but I mean, obviously it's way too risky.
Yeah, it's my 5-star.
Gamble it right off the bat. But Eyes Wide Shut is right. Full Metal Jacket clocks in at like 1:56, and A Clockwork Orange is at 2 hours, 16 minutes. So it is the longest one at just under 3 hours by 20 minutes. But you were thinking in the right spot there that it's going to be the longest one, and it was Eyes Wide Shut. But 19 points taken off there. The pace is 21.33. So I guess if we just do the math now, just to kind of track it so the audience can watch it, you have 45 points left to spare between the final 2. So that would be, and
listen, at least I'm going to put on a show for the people. Even if I go out losing, at least people are going to enjoy it.
People are all on the edge of their seats. So we're going on to the second one now. New board, new movie. Where
Hit me with a writer again. Let's hope my luck doesn't run out.
The writer is Mike White.
Of course it is. Okay. Mike White. Viewers at home, you're going to hate me. I'd like to guess School of Rock.
Huge pull. Huge pull on the Mike White. Unreal. So now you're way above pace. 10 points off is all you get. Huge pull there. I would not have got that. Mike White is also, what is he on? He's also the
White Lotus writer. And
he's also the second build actor in this movie.
Yes,
so
he is. Yeah, he plays the friend who is supposed to be the real substitute teacher.
Yeah, but no, great work. Huge pull. Do you even know any other Mike White written movies that you would have had logged, or is that why you just felt so confident? Because like that's the only one that you know.
I might have another Mike White movie logged. The thing is, I wouldn't be able to pull it up in my brain, so I figured I'll just take the fucking gamble and pray. I'm sure there might be another one he's written that I've watched, but I'm not confident.
Well, that's a huge pull because now you have 35 points to spare in this final movie.
Yeah.
So you're at 400 you're at 271 points and you have 150 points left on this final one. So You got wiggle room, but we've seen before. Sometimes
I'll choke. I'll choke. Don't doubt me. Don't doubt me. I'll choke.
New board, final board of quadrant 1 of the season 3 trivia 10.
The thing is, with 35 points to work with, I could almost do something crazy. And like, if writer doesn't point me in the right direction, I could even throw in like a third or second build actor and maybe be able to get it that way. Or I could just pick off so many of the small points. But writer hasn't failed me yet. So let's do writer first.
The writer is James Vanderbilt.
Never heard of this guy in my life. Okay. So now we move into dangerous territory where the possibility of choking is here. Okay. I still have 25 points to work with. And I was saying actors, but what if I get to use my release year strategy here and then pick off small ones from the release year? Is that riskier than asking for the actor? Because in my head, I'm like, I could do second build actor, but then I have 5 points to spare, which means no other hints I get would be helpful if the actor doesn't give it away. So
Very
I'm gonna
interesting decisions to be made.
I'm gonna ask for the release year, but I'm going to regret it.
The release year is 2007.
Of course it is. Fuck. 2007, famously good year for movies.
So you have 13 points to spare. So that wipes director, lead actor, second build, and third build off the map for you.
Do I just start fucking writing down every movie from 2007 that I know? It's going to be such a random one, though. That's what I'm worried about. Okay. No Country for Old Men is 2007. Let's get that out of the way, right? But he's not the writer of No Country for Old Men, so that's not going to help me at all because the Coens wrote No Country for Old Men. Or at least I think they did. If anything, they'd at least be a co-writer credit, in which case that doesn't fucking solve anything. I just fucking got Sharpie on my monitor, by the way. I accidentally just scratched my monitor with the Sharpie. Okay. 2007 is also There Will Be Blood. Both movies that it just would not. Oh, is a genre gonna save my life here? Maybe.
If you use genre, you still have 6 points to spare after that.
But it's gonna be pretty limited. The problem is I'm so good at thinking of the best movies of 2007, but it's not as like obvious. Like it's not just gonna be No Country for. I mean, I literally know it's not No Country for Old Men, and my mind is just like blanking. And I wish the writer strategy had just fucking worked, dude. I wish I just. Oh, but I had to get screwed. Okay, let's do. I don't think genre is the answer here. I don't know. Maybe the Letterboxd average is only 5. I don't know. It's all so difficult. Letterboxd average plus genre, I'd still be 1 point under, right?
Letterboxd average plus genre
is 12, and I have 13 to spare.
Yes.
But that would have to be it if I do that route. 2007 movie, would I be able to get it knowing the genre and the Letterboxd average? Probably fucking not. Realistically, no. Oh, the writer screwed me over so much, man. Oh, no. I hope everybody enjoyed that fucking awesome Mike White moment in the second round. I hope everybody.
I mean, you needed it now. You needed that to buy you some space here.
Okay, give me. Give me the Letterboxd average first. Let me try to work with small points.
Okay, Letterboxd average is a 4.0.
Not There Will Be Blood. It's not No Country for Old Men. 2 movies that are above a 4.0. Two probably most widely regarded movies from that year. There are other movies from that year that people also like. Who's to say what they are? Not me. Okay. Get my head in 2007 mode. For some reason, I feel like Men on Fire came out in 2007, but I even if it did, having a 4.0 would be mind blowing. I mean, that would be like the coolest thing in the world if it did, but I think it did. I think Men on Fire did come out in 2007. It also could just not be anywhere near 2007. But in my head, I'm almost like, maybe Man on Fire came out in 2007. I'm just like so nervous because this is what I do. Like, if anybody has watched me in the previous ones, it's what I always do is like I lock in on one movie and I'm so confident on that. And then when I get the hint that proves that it's not that movie, then my brain can't go to any other movie. And so like, if it just so happens to be Man on Fire, then I'm the luckiest man in the world if I get one more hint and get it right. But then if it's not Man on Fire, I'm just fucked and I don't know what it could possibly be, because now my brain is just locked in on a movie that maybe didn't even come out in 2007. Okay. What if I literally didn't write anything else down yet? I have No Country for Old Men and There Will Be Blood. Those are the 2 movies that I'm confident in that do not fall under this criteria. Okay. Let's do. Let me do. Oh, genre would be so tough, dude. If I don't get it off of genre, then I'm fucked.
So genre is 7 points, and then, but is there any combination of 2 clues that would be 7 points or less that would be better, you think?
I'm honestly more stuck between genre and my Letterboxd score. But my problem is that if it's anything, like I said, in my head, I got Man on Fire, right? And if I reveal my Letterboxd score and a 5 pops up, lock it in. But if it's anything below a 5, there's no way I'm going to think of the movie. And I'm like so confident that it's not Man on Fire. Like I know it's not. The Mike White thing I was confident in. There is no way that Man on Fire has a 4.0 on Letterboxd. Once again, Letterboxd not a cool enough app for Men on Fire to be a 4.0. But maybe I'm doubting the Letterboxders. Gosh, I don't know. Like would global box office, and I don't know. I'm just thinking of like a combination of 7 points, but there's none. I feel like the 7-point ones are just the ones I have to go with. And now I'm really just torn between, because I just don't think any of the other hints are going to give away the movie for me. Because I don't even really know what headspace to think of for the movie, because the only people involved in the movie that I have are James Vanderbilt, who I've never fucking heard of. I'm sure he's a real guy. I'm sure this is just me being dumb. Like, I don't know writers, you know? That's not true. I do, but you know, I knew Mike White. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm gonna do something so stupid. Give me genre, man. Dude. Give me genre. It's so over. It's so over for me.
For 7 points, genre, the final clue you're gonna be able to get today: drama, crime, thriller, mystery.
That's like all the genres.
But it's like all of the genre. I mean, if it was just drama or something, that could be worse.
That could be worse. Yeah. I mean, like a crime, thriller, mystery movie. What could that mean? That's like all the movies. That's like, well, actually, it's a very specific movie. Who the fuck is James Vanderbilt, dude? Oh gosh. I hear my dad downstairs yelling at a soccer game, and he's going through the same problems that I'm going through right now. It's like we're both. It's one collective struggle in this household right now. James Vanderbilt. I really don't want to let people down, but I'm like, I'm like so confident that I just don't know the answer, and this is the end of the road.
Mm-hmm.
2007 movie,
Mm-hmm.
well liked, very well liked. There's crime, there's thrills, there's mystery. It is not. What's a crime thriller mystery movie? I like watch so many of these is the problem. And this is like such a oh, it's gonna be so embarrassing. Someone's yelling at their screen right now. I, uh Doug better do me proud. I'm gonna guess Man on Fire.
It is not Man on Fire.
Yeah.
Man on Fire is 2004, unfortunately.
Damn. I knew it. I knew it wasn't 2007. What's the
The
movie?
the correct answer, Zodiac. Zodiac is the right answer. I think that third build actor at the beginning, Mark Ruffalo, might have been the key that could have
It
helped.
would have. I would have gotten it right away.
James Vanderbilt, man, the bane of your existence, the writer of Zodiac, but also the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, also Murder Mystery 1 and 2.
For 2007, dude. What a dumb. Oh, that's so obvious now that I think about it, man. It's just like it's just one of those things. Once your brain goes somewhere, dude, like once I thought of James Vanderbilt, all the supplemental information just like doesn't, like my brain doesn't function, dude, because now I'm so locked in on this guy that wasn't important. If I just thought about a crime thriller from 2007 and didn't even think of the James Vanderbilt thing, I probably would have just thought of Zodiac. But
right, I was gonna say, like, I feel like when you get a writer that you've never heard of and it's like Zodiac, such like a big popular movie, you're like, well, it can't, like your mind would never go there because like it must be like a more niche movie or something, like not.
Yeah,
you feel like you would have heard the writer of
exactly.
Zodiac.
It's like even if it was like co-writer Fincher or something, then it would it would have been so obvious. Like James Vanderbilt is just like he just happened to write this one script, for a great movie.
Yeah,
like,
everything else he's written stinks. Like White House Down, the new Screams.
Is my Letterboxd score for this a 5-star as well?
It is. So that might have screwed you too. At least you can feel a little better about that because you said if you would have done 5, you would have locked in Man on Fire. So
that's right. Yeah, I don't know why I was so thinking Man on Fire though, because 2004 and 2007 are nowhere close. I don't really know what the thought process was. Also, Zodiac at a 4.0 feels wrong for the way that people on Letterboxd are. You would think that's like a 4.2 or something. Like people, I don't know. Whatever. I'm happy for Doug. I tried.
At least it's your fellow podcast co-host moving on.
Yeah.
But and an electric finale, you're gonna end in I guess unranked technically because we didn't finish off that 6th one. But basically you would have to have a crazy collapse to go below Anthony. So we'll say you basically end up in 5th for this heat. But 2 your podcast co-hosts are moving on with Owen and Doug. Just a thrilling final episode between you and Doug to see who's going to be making it. I guess, disappointing. The Mike White poll was incredible, but unfortunately Zodiac was the bane of your existence. So any final words to say to the people?
I think that people saw enough of me in season 2. I think they're going to be happy to see some different faces. At the end of the day, as much fun as this is, I get stressed so much before every recording that it's going to be nice that I get several months off now before season 4.
Yeah, now you get to root. Now you get to root for your fellow podcast.
Yeah, I get to be nervous watching other people play, just like the viewers at home. So.
Well, like I said at the top, Nalbus is the only one of these 4 that are going to the playoffs that will not be at the New York Film Festival, so he can watch and take an off week, rest up, while the 3 might drain their brain power with multiple movie watches, so he can hope they can come in a little strained and tired to their matchup. But it'll be in a week or 2 or 3. But just know that Quad 2 is going to start off next week with our first contestant, and then from then on we'll pick up the playoffs. At this point, I might just push the Quad 1 playoffs and just do that and Quad 2 back to back, and then maybe do the same for 3 and 4. Let me know what you want in the comments down below, how you want me to do it. But regardless, we're starting with Quad 2 next week. First contestant. Thank you so much, K Meeks, for joining this season once again. Always a pleasure having you on, a mainstay staple of every single season. Test your own skills on moviereveal.io today. And with that, we will see you on Tuesday with the Quad 2 kickoff. Peace out.